Crown Oaks Day upon us, and a big team from Lindsay Park set to tackle day 3 of the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Tom Dabernig from Lindsay Park has joined me, and Tom, a really strong hand, starting of course with the Crown Oaks Harlow Gold, and of course Sebring Dream backing up from Saturday's Wakeful. Just on Sebring Dream, first of all, draws an outside gate for James McDonald, but happy enough to accept. Interestingly enough, the horse that had its number on the weekend, Tiamo Grace, not accepting.
Yeah, no, I was quite pleasantly surprised when I saw that. Obviously, Yankee Rose is going to be hard to beat if she runs the trip, but I couldn't be happier with our two. Harlow Gold finished alongside the Derby winner in the Vase, and that form last year, Tarzino and Jamaica both came out and won a Derby and an Oaks. So I think that's really good form. And Sebring Dream, we can't fault her. I thought her run on the weekend was excellent. James McDonald stays aboard for the Oaks. And she actually did sit deep on Saturday and finish the race right off. So from a wide draw, we've probably got to expect that we're going to be a bit the same again. But I think she appreciated being out with a bit of room.
Harlow Gold draws 2 for Regan Bayliss, and wonderful to see him get an opportunity in a Group 1. Wonderful faith that the stable continues to show in him.
Yeah, well, he works very hard, and also he's formed a relationship with Wiley Dalziel Racing, and they're happy to support him. So you know that he'll be giving it 110%, and I think we've actually got 2 really live chances in it, so I'm really looking forward to Thursday.
And with a 22-degree day forecast, no issues with the track. How did Harlow Gold, though, come through the Vase? As you mentioned, Prize Icon was probably one of the horses that didn't quite handle the shifty track at Moonee Valley that day. Was she in the same category? And obviously, I'd imagine she's going to be happier back onto the wide expanses and hopefully a good 3 or 4 at Flemington.
Yeah, I think she was in the back half of the field, and she had to get going early and make a wide run at Moonee Valley. And as you know, Moonee Valley's not for every horse, the shape of it. And as you touched on again, I think that Flemington will really suit her. So, yeah, we're thrilled with her heading into the race.
Looking at the other chances across the course of the day, 3 in the opening race, Hell or High Water, Ballybrit and Concubine. Concubine and Ballybrit unfortunately drawing out, Concubine in 19, Ballybrit 16. But Hell or High Water topping the weights and has had a pretty strong prep so far, including that win recently at Pakenham.
Yeah, Damien Oliver's been riding her, and she's won her last 2, so we're really happy. She's had a bit of time heading into this, but we purposely have kept her and saved her for Oaks Day. So she's got a great chance. And Ballybrit and Concubine, they're just going to need a little bit of luck from the gate, but they're the sort of horses too that if they put their best run forward, they could certainly be in it.
Anything specific about Ballybrit's prep having 3 straight runs on the synthetic before this run?
No, that was just sort of the way a couple of those were transferred meetings. But she's now out to her right distance, but she's going to need luck from the barrier.
And Concubine, some interesting form. Model Dragon goes around on Melbourne Cup Day against a couple of the stable's chances. Despite the fact it's drawing wide, it's had a pretty solid prep so far stepping up. Yeah,
she was a last start winner last Monday at Benalla. The track was a bit firm. She looked like she was going to bolt in, turning for home, and only just fell in on the line, but she felt the ground. She was really good this morning, and I think she'll appreciate the slight step up in distance too.
3 chances in the Twitter Trophy, race 2 or 1,800 metres in Pillow Desai. Is this finally the day for it to head into the winner's circle after what's been a good but perhaps disappointing prep in some respects, being beaten a couple of occasions just closely?
He looks to have drawn a nice gate. Last start he should have won. He had absolutely no luck, and the couple of starts before that he's been caught off the track. So I think he's been sent out favourite nearly every start. So the punters might be starting to get a bit sick of him, but I certainly wouldn't jump off the ship just yet. I think he's in great order. We worked him here on the grass yesterday morning, and he really hit the line strongly. So I'd certainly stick faithful with him, and hopefully he can get a win on a big day.
Boom Time had a decent prep so far, 3rd in its first go on the heavy, but it just seems like it's now perhaps ready to step up.
Yeah, it was first up after a reasonable layoff, so second up's always in the back of your mind. He actually dropped the bit coming into the corner, but hit the line very strongly, and probably with a little bit of luck he would have nearly won first up. So he's one that might start a little bit of value, and I'd probably have something on him each way.
Similarly weighted at 54 kilos as Portion Control comes off those back-to-back 2,000 metre runs at Caulfield. Won the English Cup, then 6th last time. How's it shaping as, I guess, the 3rd elect?
Yeah, well, he's hard and fit. I thought his win at Caulfield was excellent, and he's going into the race with that really good residual fitness. So I think he's got a chance in what's a competitive race.
Couple of runners in the 3AW Talking Melbourne Mile, Mahoney and Grand Russo, and Mahoney, an excellent 3 runs in this prep, but it's Moonee Valley run, perhaps not dissimilar to what we were discussing about Harlow Gold before, and what you'd imagine was an unsuitable track.
Yes, yeah. There was a little bit of rain about, and the track was a little bit greasy and deteriorating. It was still left as a good 4 rating, but he didn't appreciate it. But his couple of runs before that were very good, and he's actually got good Flemington form, so I think he could bounce back. Grand Rosso won nicely at Bendigo. Sort of looked like it hardly got out of second gear. So it's a relatively quick backup, but I think he's in good order, and he's a horse that has only recently joined our stable, but he arrived to us in excellent order, and hopefully we can get him to fire on a big day too.
The Rich Fisher continues its first prep in the TCL, a race that we see a number of horses, I guess, that often are earmarked perhaps more as being autumn 3-year-olds to go towards. Where does its preparation perhaps go beyond Thursday, and what have you got to earmark for longer term?
He's a nice progressive sort of horse. I think you'd see the best of him on softer sort of ground, but I think the track and distance will suit. And last start he was in a bit of an awkward position, but found the line. So I think if he can get going in the big long straight at Flemington, will suit him.
Schaff heads to the rebadged Mum Stakes, which was moved to Saturday as an 1100 metre fillies and mare race. So we've now got a 1000 metre handicap for the sprinters, and a hot field: Terra Vista, Flamberge, Red Zell, a number of really high quality sprinters. But Schaff comes off some pretty reasonable form in South Australia.
Yeah, he was a little bit disappointing last start. He actually won down the straight, and that was over 1,000 metres, so we know that the straight course will suit him. But as you say, it's a really hot race. I think I saw Hellbent accepted as well, so that's the form around Scheidel. He actually beat Scheidel, so that was good form that came out of the Saturday's meeting. So yeah, I think he'd have to really perform at his best.
What confidence do you take out of that track and distance win back in August?
Well, he really took us a little bit by surprise. He sort of won as he liked, and some horses love the straight, and other horses don't always put their best run. And he's a horse that you're going there with confidence that he'll handle it.
Final race of the day, the Crown Resorts over 1100 metres up the straight, and here the chance win at Caulfield was absolutely fantastic after being bloused, of course, in that run at Moonee Valley. What are we expecting from it on Thursday, and perhaps also where is its perhaps heading?
She's a filly that I think's really got some talent. She's a last start Group 3 winner. As you touched on, the Moonee Valley run, we're all cringing, turning for home, but luckily a couple of us backed her the next start when she won at reasonable odds. So I think she's in great order, and she looks fantastic. So a big thing at this time of year is the horses all generally look well, but if you get a chance to see her, she's really got a good gleam to her coat, and I think she'll put herself right in the race.
Another reasonable hand for the stable across what's been already a busy week. What do you see as perhaps being the best couple of chances on Crown Oaks Day? I'm
going to go for the big one. Hopefully we can pull off the Oaks. I thought Sebring's Dreams run was excellent. It's just the relatively quick backup, but Harlow Gold's been set for the race, and I know she'll run the trip, so I think we've got a top chance of bringing home Group 1.
Be a wonderful story for Regan Bayliss to ride his first Group 1 in such a massive meeting like the Oaks, and the support that obviously Lindsay Park have given him has been fantastic. So hopefully he'll get the opportunity to do that. Thank you for your time, Tom, and we'll be back to preview Emirates McKinnon and Darley Classic Day, the final of the 4 days of the Melbourne Cup Carnival here on Lindsay Park's online and social channels a little bit later on in the week.